How you feeling?
Typically, we always say we're doing good, even if we're not. So my Pinocchio knows I don't want it to grow anymore, nor go to confession on Sunday. So I'm actually telling the truth when I say I'm feeling immensely better. Yeah.
What does it mean to you to be able to, come here and kind of feel the love and, be part of the sports scene?
Hey, Jay, what's up, brother? When I said it out there, and I know it's the politically right thing to say how nice it is for that, but as you get into, again, as I even said on stage, kind of the fourth quarter of your life, and you go through transplants and have doctors telling you have Parkinsonian symptoms and early stage dementia and stuff. It's pretty scary stuff, as much as you try to want to pretend to be cool in that. So to be able to really see some of the holistic things that I've been doing actually working, it's actually just massively a gift from God. Spiritually, I couldn't feel any more blessed. And on a night like this, typically, sometimes we're doing events and banquets and that maybe you go procedurally through and you maybe don't emotionally embrace it. And maybe since I've kind of gone through some of these things, the emotion of really respecting something, a night like this with the Cleveland Sports Commission and these Cleveland Sports Awards and some of the high school, college, and professional athlete stories that you hear today are pretty inspiring. Really inspiring, Nate.
You mentioned it up there, obviously, but all the love from the fans out there and just through all of this, everything you've heard from them, what has that meant for you?
Yeah, the fan support, and again, whether it's the fans, being here with your family, being able to really reflect back on, what's happened in your, since I came to town in 1985, it's again, I'll stand here in front of you here or on stage trying to pretend to be cool and hold back tears, because really the emotion really hits you. And when you see the genuine emotion and the people kept clapping and kind of standing up, and the kind of the support and the messages I've been getting over the last few months, incredibly humbling, and really does inspire me to kind of get better and want to give back.
Bernie, I know you're still in the middle of the fight, but have you been able to reflect on that time when you were in the hospital, right? And you were back and forth and having to fight for that transplant?
Yeah, it's really interesting how you say in the middle of the fight. A couple weeks ago, I was in a hospital with a possible little bit of a rejection and stuff. So to kind of feel like I've kind of get past the middle of it now and kind of feel confident that on the positive side of healing, and that is kind of really making a big difference right now. I wasn't sure, a few months ago when that was kind of happening. I mean, I want to sit here and say, yeah, I knew it was going to be good. And I really believe that, again, this is not maybe putting myself on a pedestal, but I believe God has a plan for me, and that I was kind of meant to survive this, to kind of show people kind of some, not just show them that you could do this, but being able to do some of these kind of healing, regenerative things that I'm doing bluntly without tons of medication, and to be able to kind of experiment with some new types of healing and rehab that are, again, without a lot of the medications and stuff that really kind of put the body in a chance to heal itself. To be here on February 5th, knowing that it's kind of working and I'm coming out the other side. I'd love to tell you that 3 months ago I thought that was going to be like that, but I wasn't really sure. Kind of thought so, hoped so, prayed for it, and you could see a lot of the prayers that people did for me around here have absolutely helped.
So for you to be a Browns legend, and the city to love you, the Northeast Ohio to love you as a Browns legend, and then for a Browns fan, a young man, to be the one who, helped you with the transplant. Like, can you wrap your mind around the power in that and what that's been like?
Yeah, so that really may make me cry. So I'm trying to act like I'm cool and in the spirit of levity, but no, really have. And I reflect on that quite a bit. And here again, February 5th, 2026, that really seems like something that now some people have heard the story, but you go back to Thanksgiving and the week before Thanksgiving when really didn't think I was even going to get to liver. And again, for Bryce Dunlop and for a young man to be 21 years old and to just go to get his license renewed and get that question asked. And I really do recommend and challenge people out there when they do ask if you want to be an organ donor, to say yes. I mean, I'm a walking example of the lives that you can make a difference in helping. But if you really did a movie about that, and I want to say this and look cool with these cameras on me without tearing up and stuff, but really, if you made a movie of it and you said the story, what doesn't sound believable. I mean, a beautiful young man who goes on a Thursday or Friday to get his license renewed, and as a divorced dad myself, then going over to his dad's house on a Saturday and talking about, his love for the Browns and how he just signed up on his license to be an organ donor, and him and his father talking about me and, hey, something happened to donate his liver to me, and for the young man to unfortunately have that aneurysm the very next day, during a Browns game, and then for them to want to direct it towards me, which is a beautiful selfless act in itself. But then even that, you have to hit the lotto again.
Yeah.
It has to match again. I mean, even if you want to do that, the odds of it matching are very remote. 1 in 20, 1 in 25,000. So for that to spiritually happen, I mean, karmically and religiously, somebody else is looking out for us.